Hello and welcome to Uncommonly Good MTG. I am your host, the honorable, the loving, the totally awesome Dr. You Can Suck It. Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. You can suck it. Word to your mother. Anyway, so today I'm coming to you once again from my secret underground headquarters, and I'm bringing to you a deck that I found on the Platinum Mythic list over on Magic GG. I'm calling it Golgari Midrange because it's Golgari, meaning black and green. Midrange because it kind of just sort of like goes up the mana curve to get a bunch of big creatures out and you fight to the death. There is some control in here. So yeah, mid-range control. I'd say that's a good way of ramping up what this deck does, I suppose. And maybe that's the three words I'll use for putting on its tile. Golgari, mid-range, control. So let's take a look at what is inside this deck, and then we'll take it out and see how well it does. At the low end, starting off the black control, we got one of the best black controls right there. And I believe we just saw somebody kill themselves by Black Bloodchief's Thirst the other day. Word to you. They didn't really, but go watch a couple of videos ago. You'll see it. Bloodchief's Thirst takes out creatures mana for only 1 mana. If they're got a mana value of 2 or less, they're dead. Dead. Creatures and planeswalkers. Fantastic, right? And then if you could pay 4, you can take them out regardless of what their mana value is. This is probably one of the best cards right now, simply because there's a lot of multicolor out there, and so some of the other creature removals are not quite as good. But this one's got a nice range to it, and you can use it at the low end and at its high end, and it's still relatively cheap even at 4. Infernal Grasp is a creature killer. You lose 2 life, but it costs you only 2 to do it, plus the art is so incredibly cool. Tainted Adversary. So Tainted Adversary is a real nice zombie. He's 2/3, which makes him great for a Death Toucher. A lot of Death Touchers are weak. They're just there as like thorns to be stepped on that immediately just kills somebody that they get him, but they die too. This guy having a big butt of 3 means he can usually live through a lot of encounters and kill whoever he's going up against as well. So Tainted Adversary is pretty sweet with that Death Touch. Plus, if you can start pumping, you can put out 5 or whatever, you can start pumping out +1/+1 counters on him, as well as putting out decayed zombies also. So at the high end, he's actually a pretty sweet guy. So it's nice when you have the ability to make your cards twice as useful when you have more mana to pump into them. Outland Liberator gets rid, it's a werewolf, but they get rid of target artifacts and enchantments. You have to sacrifice it when it's human form. But when, let's see, what is it? When it's a werewolf, you sacrifice it. Oh, I see. You could do the sacrifice, or whenever you attack, you destroy a target or artifact defending player controls. So that's pretty cool because it helps to get rid of, for this kind of a deck, being able to kill enchantments and artifacts is pretty cool. Actually, green usually has a lot of good stuff for that, but I guess we're not wasting it on just doing that all by itself. In this case, you got a creature that you can use when you're not using it to get rid of artifact, right? We got the Reclusive Taxidermist, who's a mana elf essentially, but instead is actually a human druid. But instead of providing just green mana, it provides 1 mana of any color. It only costs you 2, which is actually pretty sweet. Plus, as long as there are 4 more creatures in your graveyard, it gets +3/+2, which would make it into a 4/4. So once again, this deck is totally getting better as it goes along, and Reclusive Taxidermist is going to get you there. We got the Graveyard Trespasser. So she has Ward. She's a 3/3 for 3. She comes out, and they have to discard a card if they wanted to target her. Whenever it enters the battlefield or attacks, you exile 1 target card from a graveyard. If it was a creature card, each opponent loses a life and you gain a life. So a little bit of tempo there, as well as being able to remove things from graveyards, which right now in the meta is a great thing to be able to do. The Wolf version is stronger and better in every way. Augur of Autumn. This card bores me as much as the artwork looks bored. But it's a 2/3 for 3. And you can look at the top card of your library at any time. You may play lands from the top of your library. Great. As long as you have 3 or more creatures with different powers, you may cast creature spells from the top of your library. I mean, there's a lot of utility there. If you got nothing else going on at turn 3, sure. Knowledge is power, and this one provides it to you. It's just not very Dr. Suck It, right? But Hopefully this will provide us with some value. We'll see what's going on there. We got the Kazandu Mammoth. You know, this is landfall, but not a lot of ramp going on, so I don't know how much we'll be able to use it. Good news is that it's just extra land, so we can put it out as land. If we can put it out as a mammoth because we have plenty of land, why not, right? We got Sarulf, the Realm Eater. And so whenever a permanent opponent controls put into a graveyard from the battlefield, you put a +1 counter on this. At some point, you can choose during your upkeep to remove one or more of the +1 counters off of it. Or if it has one or more on it, you have to remove all of them. If you do, you exile each non-land permanent with a mana value less than or equal to the number of counters. So the problem with that is it's going to wipe out your dudes as well. But regardless, you know, whenever permanents leave the battlefield, and you know, this guy's going to buff, and that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. We got Sorin the Mirthless, who, look at his big stupid puss. He just stands there, and as far as I'm concerned, he puts out vampire babies, which are awesome. So I like the vampires. I don't like him. And otherwise, he makes you pay to look at your own library and potentially get a card earlier. Jerk, right? Halpack Piper. She always reminds me of Evangeline Lilly from Lost. She looks like Kate. Also, some of you might know her from Ant-Man, where she played Hope, right? So she's there, and she put her out for 4. She's a 2/2. She cannot be countered. Thank God, right? So this is one of the things. If you're playing against a blue deck with a lot of counters, you can sneak her out, and then from there, after your next turn, you can pay 2 and tap her to put a creature card from your hand into the battlefield. And if it's a wolf or werewolf, you get to untap her and then potentially do it again. So the thing is, you're not casting your spells. So that means that you are getting your werewolves into the battlefield in a way that cannot be countered. You suck it, blue. Suck it. Otherwise, it becomes the Howler. See, whenever this creature is battlefield, you may look at the top 6 cards of your library, reveal the creature card, and put it into your hand. And then you put the rest on. So she's all about going through your library, getting your creatures, and getting them out in ways that cannot be countered. We got a non-werewolf here. We got Lolth, the Spider Queen, who pops out spider babies 2 at a time. Every time a creature dies, she gains loyalty points. And while she's not doing anything else, for 0, you can draw a card and lose 1 life, which in my mind is still better than what Sorin charges you. F that guy. All right, we got the Avabruck Caretaker. I got to tell you, I love the Avabruck Caretaker. What I hate is that she costs so GD much, right? 6 mana. That's that point where it takes forever to get to 6 for some reason, unless you're ramping. And this deck doesn't really ramp, right? You got the reclusive taxidermist, but Avabruck might still be outside of your realm for a long time. At the beginning of combat on your turn, you put 2 +1/+ counters on another target creature you control. That is so excellent. Plus, she is hex-proof, keeping her from getting shot. You'd have to be forced to sacrifice her, or she'd have to use some sort of a board wipe. That's the only thing that's going to happen. But then when she wolfs out, all other permanents you control have hex-proof, which is so good. And then everything gets 2 +1/+ counters at the beginning of combat. Man, she's just an engine, a force for power. And then we got the Titan of Industry. How many do we even have in here? Just 3. Okay, but that's still a goodly amount. This guy is a hurricane of power. Even just if he just comes into play, you can destroy target artifact or enchantment, gain 5 life, create a 4/4 Rhino, or put a shield counter on a creature you control. You get to do 2 of those when he comes into play. And then afterwards, you got a 7/7 with Reach and Trample. That'll take out most dragons out there. They can't fly around them, but if you only got 1, you still can't do Menace, right? The other thing, for as powerful he is not legendary. So you can put out multiples of him. It is fantastic. In the land category, we've got Manland. We got another Manland. We got one that we got the Kamigawa land that'll help you to mill and bring back creature or planeswalker from your graveyard to your hand. So if something gets killed early, you want it back, you can do it. Otherwise, if you're desperate, you can go just looking for something. Boziju will disenchant artifacts, enchantments, or non-basic lands. We got some dual lands, and we got some regular lands in here. Yep, that's it. So that's the deck. It's got a nice feel to it. But let's go see how well it does. Drag out. All right, MQ 99. 3 mana, that's good. All right, let's go for the slow. Get out our Mana Wolf. Actually, looks like it's a human who likes to deal with wolves. Oh, it's playing the same thing. Bringing sexy back. Let's go for that. No tax. Okay, so technically we're up to 4 mana. Yep, destroy him. You penniless jerk. All right, my man. What you got going on? My turn. All right. Got a Caretaker. You cannot be targeted. Come on down, Chinatown. G'day, Cubert. Nice to see you over there. Alright, that's what this is all about. Alright, you're going to give me some fun there. Let's get rid of something we don't care for. Dragon's Fire, unfortunately. Let's pound it up onto our friend right here and send him the attacks. So I got some ward, and I got some big butts, and I got some hexproof. It's not necessarily the best thing you like there. Death. All right, let's keep our taxidermist alive by keeping him out of the fray for this moment and remove an instant, which is going to do nothing but cause us problems. They should have doubled up on my caretakers, what they should have done. Nothing to bring back. Let's make this quick. There we go. Winner, winner, victory dinner. All right, we're playing against Papabear. Three lands, just keep it. I'm going to play black. I'm going to have to play the slow one first. All right, no choice in the matter. All right, we go with our Tainted Adversary. Nothing to do. Thinking Augur of Autumn on the next turn, just so we can get access to the top of our graveyard, of our library. 1 point of damage, another blood token. This guy's looking to pop those tokens. You can do it now. You're going to sacrifice your harvester just to get rid of him. Nope, just going to shoot him directly. All right, Augur. Fortunately, I already played a land, so I can't play another. Look at that, it's a black land. Spilling Energy's use is Sorin's friend. Not Sorin. He's actually interesting. And not a big whiny bitch. All right, Sorin shows the future. A land. I don't reveal it. Take it, I guess. Mark it with a P. Put it out. Wrong one. Man, my mouse work is horrible. I was trying to grab the Liberator so I can nuke that thing. Guess I could do it anyway, right? Yoink. All attack. You coming down? Whoop. All right, we're gonna get ourselves a Howl Pack Piper. Two mana, huh? And I have to tap though. Can't handle that. Let's go for the life gain. All right, let's see. Papabear's throwing out the standard crap. Are we going to be able to get our way through it? All right, who's the devil here? That guy. All right, and all in. Sure. All right, we're seeing him. He's getting point to the point where we'll be able to put out Jiki Jiki in a bit. That won't be too cool. The type Harvester is a jerk. We got 7. Apparently we do. Let's go for a Rhino and destroy the artifact or the enchantment. And all attack. Hey, do what you got to do there. You gonna pop for the Rhino? I would have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, which means I can take this for 6. That looks like too much. Cancel. Let's try that again. 5. There we go. All attack. He's coming again. All right, I can do it for 6 this time. Let's do that. All attack. There you go. You're gonna block now. Keep doing it. You're going to go up by 1. I'm going to take you down by 2. And there's 2 dudes this time. Got a lot to roll through, unfortunately. Back up to 6. Come on, deck. Provide me something a little stronger than this. Alright, whatever you can do. Auto pay. Auto pay. All attack. We're coming. You gotta try to do something good, huh? You got 1 mana. Now you got a second one now. Someone tells me that's all you had before. Oh, you probably lucked out there. All right, so I've got, let's see, 4, 5, 6, 7 dudes. I can look a lot higher now. Yeah, well, that's fine. Wonder Twin powers. Activate. Form of a bunch of gross zombies. That's got to slip 3 damage through somewhere. And all you're going to do is just get all your guys dead. There's 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. And you live through a turn. And it on. All right, that's it. You got one last chance. Yep. Let's just do 5. Auto pay. Gonna block both of them. Gotsta. All right, 17-2. Electric Boogaloo. He's making me do it. You're making me do it, baby. I don't want to. Well, sort of I do. And there we go. Sweet, sweet. Victory! Our playing against Blackzilla. Double Lot 7. Deep. I'm sorry, Augur, but we are not going to be able to get to you probably for a while here. Maybe a lot sooner than I thought. You gonna waste a couple cards on me? Yeah, you don't have enough, do you? That's what the problem was. You thought they were both snow. I'm good with that. There we go. Here's another Death Toucher for you. You're gonna love it. All right, so Hasty Goblin. They're not pulling anything back from the graveyard. Graveyard Trespasser is not that big of a deal. The only thing about Graveyard Trespasser is it'll have 3 for defense, which is a nice big butt. Nice big butt. But then again, Sorin's little pal also has a nice butt. No attacks. Gotta play the defense for a second. See if they're touching that bugbear, yo. All right, you can take out Sorin. It's quite possible. All right, there we go. Let's put out the Graveyard Trespasser. Show me what you got, Sorin. Sure. All right, we're on our way. He's hemorrhaging. We are gaining. No matter what, you just can't get that defense up is the problem. And we win. Yeah, he was wholly outclassed by us. Victory! Alright, playing against, what is this? Kvalf 94. Okay, Volf 94. Alright, let's do a Platinum Mythic deck. You can hold it together. Alright, we're going to start off with a little Eye Tyrant action. Play for the green, get out the Liberator. Five and 6. 3, 5, 6. Okay. Got me better as a land. What does this guy even do? Create a treasure token. That's a whole lot of I don't care. All attack. You want that treasure token, don't you? Alright, playing this for a land. Get an Augur out there. Oh, somebody's got counter spells. Let's feast upon his bones. We dug them up. We found them. That's ours to chew upon. To suck up the zesty marrow. Alright. That's a mana, dude. Yeah, you're gonna be shooting, aren't you? It's funny. Even though I know it's coming next, I keep hoping I'm about to get mana on my next turn. It's not coming, though. Alright, let's chew it up. Let's go, Glutton. Let's get rid of this one. That's the most horrible one. Do I get rid of 2 with that? Am I not pressing the item on buttons? 2 target graveyard. Oh, sneak. I'm just not paying attention. That's lesson, everyone. Read the effing cards. Alright, so next turn I can at least get out Lolth, unless he decides to go after the Rakdos. Blind Trample. Yoink. All right, we tried. That cannot be countered. I have to tap her to do anything cool with her. Choose one. Into your hand, huh? Let's bring this one back. No attacks. KVOTHE 94. Your radio station for circus jamboree music that really rocks. How dare you go after her? How dare you? I'm still only 4 mana, but got to be able to bring in some stuff. Alright, there's 5. Let's... I can't do anything until I have to go to combat? Is that the deal? Alright, super jerk. You're just waiting to get yourself one of those arcanes, aren't you? Well, I'm just fighting to get mana this time, though, aren't I? I'm only at 5 mana. I'm trying so hard to keep me down. Alright, come on, mana, you can do it. Come on, mana, you can do it. Come on, mana, you can do it. Not for you, but for me. You gotta put a stupid dragon out now? There's mana. Alright, 6. Alright, I need 7 mana. Come on, 7th, you can do it. I just gotta go for it, though. It is. I'm gonna try. Here we go. If you could counter it, you would have done it by now. There we go. Let's see, what I'm going to do, I'm going to shield up, number 1. And game 5 life. All attack. Yes, you can't be targeted. Neither of them can be. Neither of them can be targeted. What I need to do is not lose my wolfness, though. That would be bad. And I lost it. Excellent job, though. Thank you. Victory, victory! Alright, so here we are with the Golgari mid-range from the Platinum Mythic list over on Magic GG. What did we think about this deck? Number one, who was the hero? You know, okay. You'd think the hero is kind of Avabruck Caretaker, which is a great card objectively. The fact that she's one of the few things that actually still has hexproof, and then when she wolfs out, she gives hexproof to all of your other permanents. Man, that is fantastic. But the real hero of this deck, the absolute OG, Reclusive Taxidermist. I cannot believe it. So why is that? Because I just wanted another stinking mana, and that's what that guy provided. You know, it's just so nice having a creature that you can tap to get a mana from. There's a lot of things going on there, but in the early game, that mana was just so valuable. Getting a Reclusive Taxidermist meant the rest of your deck is going to happen. And was this deck good? Yes, it was. Why is that? Because we got black control. That is so valuable. I mean, you could put out green creatures till your feet turn red. I guess your face turns blue. Here you go. And but if you can't control what your opponent's doing, you're just not doing enough. And this deck has got control. You know, and Graveyard Trespasser is so good in a lot of decks right now because that graveyard is a place where things are going to and are being replayed from a lot. Anything that's being foretold, flashback. I mean, I guess not foretold, but flashback is what we're looking. I was looking for an F word there. Yeah, that's the deal, is that you got all that stuff that can be played. You got the Invoke, was it Justice that brings back from the graveyard, and the red one that brings back from the graveyard, and the Arcade Bombardment, which brings stuff back from the graveyard. Graveyard Trespasser is the kind of a-hole that's going to keep them from being able to play those cards. Everything else on here, I mean, Titan Ministry is Titan Ministry. He's the hurricane you're trying to bring down on everybody. Sorin is just a gigantic wuss. I don't know why people like this card so much. To me, it's just the fact that he can put out a 2/3 vampire with lifelink. I mean, that's the only reason why he's halfway decent, is the fact that he brings out something else. Outland Liberator, with his ability to get rid of, or her ability to get rid of enchantments and artifacts. Great. That gives me the kind of control I'm looking for. So this has got a really nice werewolf groove to it, with that black control. And then at the high end, being able to have Titan of Industry and Lolth in there really rounds it off nicely. So let's go ahead and rate this one. So it's a premium mythic list. In my plays, yeah, I got 57% off of it. But I kind of believe this is a competitive deck, so I'm going to land it into that A category right off the bat just for that. Now, the question is, was this deck fun? And it was all right. I mean, there wasn't anything super that was happening with it. It was comforting to have the control to take out other people's stuff, right? Loved having it. It made me feel good. So I'm going to wrap that up into the fun, in the fun just being that I wasn't worried. I wasn't not fun, right? Let's put it that way. So we're still in the middle and A category there. And lastly, was it interesting? And not particularly. I mean, these cards are okay. They do what they do. It provides you with lots of options, but nothing, there's not like there's not combos, interactions, synergy, nothing like that going on. So I'm going to give this deck, I hate to say this, I'm going to give it an A- just because it's competitive, not particularly fun, not particularly interesting, but it's a good deck for winning games. I mean, I can see why you take this onto the ladder and try to win. So, yeah, it's got its chops. I thought it was well worth playing, though. So, if you choose to play this deck, I hope that you have more fun with it than I did. All right, that's all for now. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. From all of us here in the secret underground headquarters of Uncommonly Good MTG, have a great day. See you next time, Space Cowboys. Later.